This is a big showdown. Tonight we have the best defense and the best offense going head to head. Oh my God.
And welcome back to Alcohol Content. You are here with Golf Shirt Ryan. We got Bourbon goes in, Wisdom comes out.
Yeah.
That's what the bottom says on Rick's t-shirt, by the way.
Yeah.
And
That's not true.
You got me. You got Austin. You know, it's me. You all love me. It's the truth. So we're doing a little head-to-head. Some
Face-off.
face-off episode. This isn't a hot take. This isn't a long boy. We got a face-off. So we got Old Forester 1910 and Old Forester 1920. Rick, what's going on here?
Well, I'm honestly very excited because, in my opinion, these are Brown-Forman products, the 1910, 1920, and for $55, $60, sort of the MSRP of them, there's not a bourbon that I taste that I don't compare like value to these two right here. So it's like, ooh, that's pretty good. Yeah, but it costs $90 or $80.
Yeah.
Is it as good as either of these two? So these, for me, are my personal benchmarks as far as like standard barrels set.
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy them, you can find
The
them.
$50 and
They are
$60
consistent.
benchmark.
Yep, $50, $55, $60 benchmark, at least in our area. Anyway, so to your left is the 1910, which is 93 proof. And it's
Double
part of
oaked.
it's double oaked. It's part of the series row. So it plays homage to in 1910. The distillery had a bottling. So Old Forester was the first distillery to actually bottle their own in the 1870s or whatever. They literally bottled their own, which gave more consistency and things like that. And in 1910, there was a fire in as the story goes, a fire in the bottling plant, and they had a vat ready to bottle, like a whole vat of whiskey that was done and ready to bottle, but they had a fire in the bottling plant, so they go, oh crap, we don't know what to do. So they just got out more new charred oak barrels and poured the whiskey that was ready to bottle into the new charred oak barrels,
Double oak.
and hence you have the double oak, so they're playing homage to that. So it is a double oaked bourbon.
All right.
Yeah. What are you guys smelling? Oh,
Yeah, it's heavy.
Yeah.
It's got that nose on it. This is like
A lot of caramelization.
a lot of caramel, heavy.
More smoke to it.
a little, some smoke to it, yeah, in a good way.
I think we had this with a cigar a couple weeks ago, didn't we? Mm-hmm. And it definitely, that smoke helps
Father's
it.
Day.
Yeah, it was Father's Day cigar, and it definitely the smoke helped this bourbon keep up with the cigar.
There you go. This is a really good cigar pairing
Yeah.
bourbon.
But I'm getting a little stewed fruit besides the caramel and stuff. There's a little acidic citrus in there. There's a little stewed fruit going on.
I'm thinking of like beef stew. Like I'm kind of getting a stew note, like the maybe some of the fat that's kind of like left over. I don't know.
The richness or
Yeah.
something of it.
This
The
reminds me
collagen.
of like Wild West, like camping,
Yeah.
like out camping.
Back when you were Wild West camping.
Yeah.
Minus the gnats.
See, in a previous life,
Yeah.
I was Clint Eastwood.
Okay, that makes sense.
By the way, am I the only one sitting around a campfire that the smoke, wherever you sit around the campfire, the smoke finds you? Like you'll get up and move places and then the smoke's in your face again? Am I the only one that happens to?
It's scientifically proven to go to ugly people. So
See, I've been told
So
that.
I am the only one that happens to.
I've heard somebody say that it follows beauty, so that clearly was wrong.
yeah,
Yeah, well, okay.
I've done my calculations.
I mean, it's definitely heavy barrel influence.
Oh, but I mean,
yeah.
Rich.
but not oaky, because it's that the second barreling, by the way, they self-description, they char the crap out of the second barreling.
Okay.
Like it's almost falling apart. The char is so heavy on the second barreling.
So
I mean, you can taste that.
a comparison note for me is the Elmer T. Lee we had a while ago. This has the same mouthfeel, and if you were to char the barrel of the Elmer T. Lee, I'd almost say it would probably taste really similar to this.
I never would have thought of that, Austin. But you're right. If Elmer T. Lee went into a second barrel,
Yeah.
new charred oak barrel,
It has the same mouthfeel. And kind of the
Wow.
same honey and stuff like that. It's on the same.
you just gave me a
It's-
paradigm
It just
shift.
has a
there.
more intense back end.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
We all like those intense back ends. So
The junk in the trunk.
You got that right. This whiskey's got a badonkadonk.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
it's holding its own.
yeah.
I mean, I like it because, I mean, there's the sweetness and stuff there, but it's still complex enough. Got a little bit of smoke and some other things going on that it's balanced and holds up really well. I mean, it's sweet, but it's balanced with other things counterbalancing that sweetness.
I am enjoying the barrels. This tastes really good. It's not too much anything. It's nice and refreshing.
I definitely get a tobacco note on this.
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
no, it's that darker, heavier.
It's a leftover kind of tongue taste of the cigar. Kind of like smack your tongue a little bit. It's the feel of whatever's left over in your mouth.
But again, I'm going to counter that there's sweetness to go with that to balance it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you hear that note, especially if you don't smoke cigars or something, you go, "Ew, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like there's this sweetness to balance it or whatever. Caramely goodness, just rich. Rich. I'd say this is rich.
Oh yeah, rich but balanced.
Yeah. That is just,
I'm enjoying that a lot.
that is for,
Look at the legs on that guy.
yeah, and there's definitely legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I hate when people say
I mean,
that.
look at that. Look at the legs on. It's just sticking around. Long legs. It just keeps
People
going.
always say that when they drink wine. Like, oh, look at the legs on that. Like, as in, like, that's good quality.
I just figure it's a meme at this point, so I
It's-
just say it every single time.
It was.
oh
to
yeah,
me.
look at the legs on that one.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Would you look at
She's
the
got
legs on that?
She's got some long legs.
Yeah. Would you look at the butt on that?
Yeah, look at the ass on this one.
Yeah, he must work. he must work out.
He must work out. Yeah.
Look at the rear end ham on this guy here.
Look at those legs go up and make a complete ass out of themselves.
Wow.
That's what you should say next time you're at a wine tasting.
Wow. Well, I'm going to interrupt for a second. I want to do a clink and a shout out to Al, our friend Al, who
Oh,
just graduated from vet school. So
Congratulations.
And let us give a shout out when you name your little puppy golden retriever.
Oh, whoa,
Yeah.
little puppy.
Adorable.
So I'm gonna save a little bit of this.
Yeah,
in my
so am I.
glass.
It's but thumbs up though, right? I
Yeah.
mean, for me, thumbs up. This
Absolutely.
is. I mean, I sort of gave it away early on, going these two are standard bearers
mean,
for me. I mean, consistent. You can find them.
Yeah. If you
reasonably
don't know,
priced.
now you know.
Yeah.
Now, Old Forester is where it's at.
So now the 1920.
Dude.
So by the way, I didn't talk about the mash bill. Same mash bills, but the 1920 is 115 proof, not double oaked, but the same mash bills. I think it's 72% corn, 18% rye, and then 10% malted barley. But this is so depending on the day. Sometimes I prefer the 1910, and sometimes I prefer the 1920.
So hot take. I kind of got a little bit of a gunpowder like fireworks smell. I know we're just coming off the fourth here, but for real, I'm getting.
But you got all your fingers.
I do, but I got a little gunpowder on there.
Like sulfur?
Yeah,
Really?
it like came through.
Dude, I get like fruit.
Yeah,
Oh, I get stewed fruit.
sulfur.
Stewed fruit and sulfur.
It's not like I got a whiff of it.
Oh.
I can't find it again. So
Wow.
ignore me.
I usually do.
Yeah, I think everyone else does too.
No, I mean,
That's rich also.
I can't even pick out individual
Deep and
things
dark.
with this.
To me, there's stewed fruit in caramel. But there's definitely a citrus element for me.
I also get like an earthy kind of soil
Oh,
clay
Yeah.
note to this.
No, there's a little bit of earthy funk going on in a good way.
I find it strange. It's not that it's strange. It's interesting how proof really is able to bring so much more flavor through and extend the flavor profile. Mm-hmm. The Old Forester 1910 is rich and just smoky and good. The Old Forester, you can definitely tell it's not as rich, but it has much more to it. It keeps going a little bit.
The 1920.
The 1920.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's fruity. It's lighter. It's not as rich, but it's still got some
Dude,
presence.
It dances.
Yeah.
It dances on your tongue.
It is good. It's interesting comparing them because it's like I like the Old Forester 1910 and I really like the 1920. And so it's like I don't know how to choose either or.
Different days, different times. They're both luscious. They're both awesome.
I feel like I'm not that much of a proof hound, but to me, this is a runaway.
The burn is nice.
It's so present and prevalent, but it's not offensive at all.
No. I think it is just like an elevator that's bringing all the flavors
I'm
through.
getting, is anybody? Yeah, I mean, no, it's definitely that 115 proof. I'm getting a little, baking spices, cinnamon on the back end a little bit, but there's a luscious caramel, but some stewed fruit, a little citrus. I mean, it's pretty complex, and again, well balanced.
Yeah.
That proof carries it on. It's almost like a batter hitting a ball and, with the wind, like it carries further or whatever. And part of that's the proof.
Yeah.
But it has the richness to hold up to it. It's that's real. Again,
Oof.
Yeah.
I know I'm being redundant. These are my standard bearers. Anytime I have a whiskey, that's $90, $100, whatever it is. It's like, yeah, but is it as good as
I know.
1910 or 1920?
And it's like if you could just mix them together and have an in between because of the richness of the 1910 and the proof of the 1920, then you'd have your 1915 and it would be like this balance in between them. So
It's funny that you should say that.
oh whoa.
What is this?
Wait a second. So you guys are saying you like war?
Yeah.
Because 1910 is pre-World War II, 1920 post-World War II.
World
Yeah.
War One.
Or did I say yes? World War One. My bad. So
Thought
this
you
is
knew
history
history.
teacher.
This is
Jesus Christ.
This is 19. I got carried away. This is 1915. So you guys like war?
Yeah. I like the
Wow.
Great War.
So Ryan, is this did you 50
This
50,
is this
50,
is
50?
a complete 50% 1910, 50% 1920. So this is exactly 1915.
And they've been mellowing out for a day or so, right?
Yeah, they've been chilling.
Should we get a third glass and then we can kind of go through them a little bit? We'll do a little cut. Shink, shink. All right.
1915.
Give me some of that 1915.
So a little
Smells
19.
controversial.
we're not the originators of this.
No,
this is
not- this
a
is-
thing that
Yeah.
people do.
There's actually labels you can buy online and stuff.
no
that are
way.
They look like this, and it's 1915 or whatever. But we've never tried it before.
Yeah.
So we're trying it.
Not gonna lie, the smell of it, I get kind of like a soy sauce note.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, it kind of comes through a little bit.
I get teriyaki,
yeah.
Yeah.
not soy. Soy's a little too salty. This is teriyaki.
It does kind of come through like that. That's very strange.
That's teriyaki, and mirin Japanese vinegar.
That's
Okay.
interesting though.
It is.
A little bit richer than the 1920, but the alcohol's clearly there
Yeah.
Oh,
and elevating it.
Has a spike in the mid palate of the barrel.
so for me, I mean, it really is sort of a marriage of them.
Yeah.
Like where you can, the DNA of both of them are in there or whatever. Because I definitely halfway through got that spike of the proof or whatever, not in a bad way, right? But now the continuing thing is more 1910 for me. That
Yeah,
richness
I
and
agree.
stuff like that going on. That
The
double
alcohol
oaked.
doesn't carry as far
Yeah.
as the 1920.
I'm getting a lot of wood for me.
More wood than the 1910?
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's kind of coming through like the classic oak on the back of the tongue.
Huh.
I mean, I agree. I feel like the 1910 had more of that kind of tobacco-y
Yeah.
finish, whereas this is more a traditional just barrel wood note finish.
So without thinking too much, what would be the proof if you did 50-50?
93 averaged with 115.
Well, I want to go back to the fact that you're getting wood.
Yeah. I'm getting wood all the time. It's pretty much a staple of my life. So
It's like
109, 10,
109?
something like that.
Okay.
ooh, this could go up against the Weller
Ooh, I just got
107.
some
Is that right?
mustard.
Mustard.
What's going on here? Whoa.
Is there a hot dog
Got
there
some
too?
Dijon. No, we're not going that far. I'm getting some Dijon though.
But you did talk about
some
a
honey Dijon.
stew on the 1910.
Yeah.
Now you're getting mustard on the
104,
1915.
more like 104.
Are you guys getting any dill or anything like that?
Wait a second. This should go up against Four Roses Small Batch Select 104 proof.
That would beat this.
Of course it would.
Yeah, this is fun.
You're
on the nose
saying
now.
us just hunched over like pouring potions together?
I mean, we invented it, so we're called alcohol content. You know, no one comes
You know
after
what?
us.
This is sort of interesting. I mean, I think singly I like either of these better, but I can taste both of I can taste the DNA imprint of both these in this.
If we did this not knowing what was happening, I think I would like this 1915 concoction better than the 1910, just as a whiskey, straight up. I think it tastes better. I think the 1920 is better than
I think
both
so.
of them.
It's interesting because, like, you know, we're saying that you can taste them both. It's like they are at war. It's like almost like you put in oil and water and you mix it up and then they separate. It's like they won't mix. That's what it feels like in my mouth. It's like it's either the 1920,
No,
1910, 1920.
No,
1910.
exactly. They're not intermingled.
Yeah.
And again, this has been around, hanging out together for a day or so, but I can taste. It's almost like each one keeps some purity of
Yeah.
it, but they're not playing
And I-
nicely together or
And
whatever.
I think that's why I would take the 1920. And I might even take I might have this mixture be my least favorite out of the three.
Well, I would say so too, but I would say so. But it would be very interesting. That's easy because we see what's in front of us.
Yeah.
But in a blind, who knows?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think just based on a pure journey and tasting, if you didn't know what was in these, I think the 1915 outdoes the 1910 for me.
Interesting.
It's got more going on. That alcohol carries it further. I think it's more interesting.
Well, it's
Actually-
interesting that the alcohol carries it further because the ultimately final note of the 1915, the mixture, is still the 1910. That's where the 1910 shines on the far back end.
Yeah, but the mid palate, it just.
It's
Have you guys
1920.
gone back to the 1910 yet?
Yeah, I just did.
And I think I'm not misremembering. I'm comparing them now, and I think the 1920 brings the 1910 up much better. So I think Ryan, I agree with your assessment. And then the 1920 is what takes it away.
The
Yeah.
whole palate and when you drink what? Because I just had a sip of the 1910.
little dull.
And it tastes like maple syrup now.
It's just kind of like
Sort of a one-note maple syrup. Now I'm going to go back to the pure 1920.
almost mouth numbing is the 1910 right now.
It's tough. After the 1915, the 1920 is not as good. Not saying it's worse.
It's more hot.
But like it takes away from it a little bit. Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's a pretty good combo.
I think so. I think it is fun to mix them and try them.
Yeah.
This was an experience, that's for sure. So, I mean, what's your final takeaway? What's the one that you're going to tell people to go out and get?
1910 and 1920.
All right.
I mean, standard bearers, period.
Yeah.
Can find them. The price is reasonable. Compare, again, benchmark for me all the way.
First priority should be 1920.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
should probably also get a 1910.
And also, beyond that, if you're not wanting to spend the money, somewhere up here, you're going to see a little card to reference an old episode. That is our finals for our whiskey tastings, because Old Forester 100 proof is the best
Dynamite.
Fantastic.
$20 range bourbon that you can get, and it is really good, even compared to these. But these are special.
I've told so many people to get this
1920.
as a gift for
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to break the bank, but it's amazing whiskey. And if they're not complete snobs, then you don't have to waste $100 on them.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
if they are, but even if they are snobs, they're still going to like it.
I almost gave the 1920 as a gift the other day, and I was like, no, I'll keep it for myself.
Well, I was going to say, I was wanting to know what you got instead, but it's like, no, total respect. If you kept it for yourself.
I actually gave away a Redbreast 12-year.
Oh, well,
But-
that's
Ooh.
legit.
That's more of a giftable bottle to anybody.
Exactly.
Well, it's in the box
I
and all
saw
that
it.
stuff.
It was like, this is guaranteed. This person's going to like
Well, and it
this.
depends who the person is. Like if they're fairly new to, I
Yeah.
mean, it's going to be easier for them.
Yeah,
115 proof is
Yeah.
not.
Also,
anything
if
to mess with.
you're newer to whiskey, the 1910 is a really good.
Well, and I've
call.
also thought we definitely look for us in the future. I want to blind the 1910 with Woodford double oaked because they're
Yeah.
both double oaked. I want to blind them.
and
for
everyone freaks out over the Woodford double oak.
Yeah.
And it's good. I have Woodford double oak, but I just want to blind them and see what my
Yeah.
palate
And that's
says.
what I
that
meant
night.
by the wood that I get. As I get a lot of Woodford.
Yeah.
Get a lot of Woodford.
Yeah. I just really love that double oak.
Or the
You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
the Norwegian knockoff Wood Fjord.
oh wow, wow.
All right. Well, on,
Ooh, tobacco
on the
all day.
Norwegian
Time to
joke,
go.
Tobacco all day long on the 1915.
if you like this video, make sure to press that thumbs up or whatever it is. I think it's a thumbs up. Who knows? I don't pay attention.
That's a like.
It's a like.
That's a like, thumbs up.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
I like this. Make sure to do that. And also, if you want more of this content, then you subscribe. It'll give you a little ding when we put out a new video. And comment. Let us know. Have you had the Old Foresters? Because if you haven't, please, dear God, you have to. Anything that says Old Forester on it. What's the one that they shouldn't get?
Of Old Forester?
Yeah. Isn't it the Statesman or something?
Yeah, well, and
Yes.
some people, and I would say yes, but some people
That was a cash grab.
Okay.
enjoy
But the rest
that.
of them,
Pretty
Yeah.
much anything Old Forester
Brown
is good to
Foreman,
go.
it's good. It's
Yeah.
good.
leave a comment, Brian. Looking at you, Brian.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
I
leave
know
on-
you're
yeah.
a fanboy of,
of Old Forester.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you
Thanks for
comment,
watching,
maybe
Brian.
We'll call you out too.
Yeah, and comment too. Tell Al congratulations.
All right. Well,
We're
that's it. We're wrapping up.
Bam.
Rat-tat-tat.
Done.